There was a time where I put my life savings into an online business. And in this video, I'm going to explain the story of what happened and what lessons I learned from it. So, unlike your typical, okay, I'm studying for this business, I'm looking at it, I'm scoping out this business, I'm seeing what people are doing in this business, I decided to take a leap of faith that I never thought I would take because I valued money so much. And at the time, I was a broke college kid, door dashing, and I only had a couple $100 to my name. So we're going to zoom back almost 4 years ago. And this was a time where I was, again, in college, but the world was shut down. And when the world was shut down, there was no job opportunity for me. Like the job that I did have on campus didn't want to give me hours. And so I had to make a way, and my way of making a way was getting into DoorDash. And so I downloaded the app, and I never forget, like the first night, I made like $40 in less than an hour, and it just blew my mind on how profitable it was when I only was driving about 30 minutes and made $40 like on the way home, right? But the whole point of me saying this is I decided to take DoorDash more serious and do it more consistently. And with doing it more consistently, it led to me saving up some money. And so this one random night, my cousin called me up and said, hey, we got some friends. We can go to this resort. We can have fun. We can go out to like this little venue area. And I'm like, yo, that's what's up, right? This is distracted Jay. This is the Jay that, didn't have a vision for his future, because at the time I was in college for computer science and I love technology. I am a nerd at heart, but it just was nothing in the computer science industry really gave me a fulfilled spirit. Right? Okay. When we went to this resort, we all pitched in about $75, maybe $80 a piece. So the resort was maybe around $400, $500, right? So we're thinking everything's good. We arrive at the resort and we're like, hey, can we get the keys to the room? And the clerk at the desk is like, hey, well, you guys can get the key card to the room, but you're gonna have to pay this something called a security deposit. And I have like, if this was a cartoon, you could see like the confusion and the question marks pop above my head. I'm like, security deposit, what is that? And she was like, yeah, so if the room ever gets damaged or anything like that, we're going to take that security deposit to fix up the room, plus any extra cash that we need in order to make it back to what it was. And I was like, okay, cool. That shouldn't be a problem at all, because I've never damaged a resort room, and the people that we're hanging out with is pretty cool, right? So I'm like, how much? And she drops the number, and that's when my heart dropped, okay? Because I never heard a security deposit be $400. It was like $400. It was like double the price. It was like the same price as the room, basically. And so I'm like, yo, first of all, I DoorDash, not full time, but I DoorDash. And I only had $400 on what they call a Dasher Direct account, which is like the little debit card, prepaid debit card you get every time that you complete a DoorDash order. You basically get paid the same night, and you can go to an ATM or you can just swipe your card somewhere and you have instant cash. Well, the thing is, it's a prepaid card and I didn't know that. So when I swiped it at the machine, I'm like, cool, you guys are going to give me back my 400. The room isn't damaged. We know we're not going to damage it. And when I swiped, it was like declined. And I'm like, well, I have the money up here. And so she looks at me and she's like, sir, is this a prepaid card? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, we can't take prepaid. I'm like, why? Well, apparently they can't take prepaid because, remember, they're going to take the 400 just in case the room is damaged, plus extra for damages if they occur. They can't take extra off of a prepaid card because they can only take what's available. And so she's like, you actually have to use like an actual bank card that can like be overdrafted or whatever you call it, go in the negatives, or a credit card. And at the time, I didn't have any of that. All right. This is Jay without a vision, without knowing how to make passive income online, without any of that. Right. And so what ended up happening was, being the young entrepreneur that I am, I was like, yo, I hit up one of the friends that was at the resort and I'm like, hey, how about you use your card and I'll pay you $400 cash. I'll go to the ATM right now, take out the money, pay you right now so you don't have to worry about your money going missing. But we do need a card that actually works with this security deposit. And she was like, cool. So she did it. Cool. Now, I'm thinking I'm going to get my money back because, again, the resort is going to refund us after the room is all checked off and all good. The room wasn't damaged at all, but there was one big problem. And you look, my viewers, my subscribers, y'all are smart. You already know what happens, right? I didn't get my $400 back. And it wasn't because of the resort. It was because of the girl. And I don't know till this day, like all the nitty gritty details, but just know that when I called the resort about 2 weeks later, because they said that it would come back within a week or 2 weeks, but you know how like businesses say things like, oh, 4 to 5 business days. Well, I gave them some leeway time. I'm like, okay, 1.5 weeks should be good, right? Like almost 12, 13 days should be good, right? Y'all, when I tell you I was running around in circles, calling the resort, calling the girl, and I'm like, yo, somebody has my money, because the resort saying and sending me PDFs and emails that they sent the money back. My bank, I never used, so I can't call them. And the girl used her bank card. So apparently she was all the way across the country by this time. And she was like, yeah, I'm in California at the time. I have no idea what's going on. I can show you I don't have the money. And she showed a screenshot via text message. And she showed a screenshot of her bank account. And this is what really confused me. Number one, she had over $15,000 in her bank account. Blew my mind. I never seen that much money on my screen that was actually like of someone like myself or someone that I knew. And that's when I questioned. I'm like, how'd she get all this money, right? Well, come to find out, she was like really talented in dance. So she was really like, she had connections in California where, you know, she would be in films and everything like that. And not those type of films. I'm talking about like music videos and stuff. So it was really cool, but it blew my mind because I'm like, yo, like people are making a lot of money. Like if I had 15K, like what? So anyway, she told me, she was like, yeah, this 15K, please don't like share the screenshot with anybody that we were at with the resort. But this is my money. Like she told me that was her money. And I was like, okay, I believed her. But I also believed that you could give me back my 400 because you know what I'm saying? Like the resort was sending me the proof and everything, right? Of course, she didn't want to give it back. She was like, nah, they didn't give it back. And I really didn't see a reason why she would want to keep 400 when she had 15K. But hey, if you see a $20 bill on the ground and you got $100,000, are you really just going to look at a $20 bill and just be like, you know, I'm not saying you're going to chase after it and run down the highway with it, but I'm just saying if you see something that looks valuable and you're not stealing it and you have good ethics and you're a good human, you'd probably just pick it up because you're like, you know what? Well, I can look around to see if this is anybody's, but if you know, like it's tucked in the woods or somewhere, you get what I'm saying? That type of scenario, you just gonna pick it up, right? I saw no reason for her not to want the 400 because I'm like, money is money. it's still money, right? So then I had to get a little threatening. I told her that my cousin was a lawyer and I was like, yo, like we're gonna investigate this. I'm gonna hit him up and just, you know, I just want everything cleared. Well, apparently that scared her. And she sent the 400 immediately. So I'm like, cool, right? Now, hey, this is not me shaming her or anything like that. I just needed my 400 back because obviously it was my 400 and it was my last dollar. It was my life savings. And you might be listening to this story right now and you'd be like, Jay, how you have $400 in your life savings, right? That's insane. You should have way more than that. Well, again, I was in college, okay? I was in college, not working full time, doing DoorDash on the side, living with my parents. Like you guys, like some of you have probably been there before, some of you haven't. But the whole point of this story is during that period where I got my $400 back and I was missing my $400 and I didn't know if I was ever going to get it back. I never forgot me literally scrolling on Instagram, looking for an opportunity for me to get out of this situation. The situation of spending my last dollar, the situation of only making money while I could DoorDash or only making money while I could work at a 9-to-5. And so I was actively looking. At the time, I was posting fitness content just for motivation, just posting my workouts, not even trying to make money online at all. And I was just scrolling. I was like, I post a lot of fitness videos and I'm pretty sure I can help people get in shape. And so I'm like, I'm looking up online fitness coaches. And so I found a coach that teaches online fitness coaches how to make money online. And it just so happened that his program was around, I think, $3,000, $3,600, but they had a payment plan for $400 a month. And you could guess it. I matched up that 400 and I'm like, yo, what if I, instead of going to a resort, having fun and focusing on pleasure, what if I focused on my pain that I was having at the moment, which was trading my time for money and only being able to make money with somebody else's job opportunity that he gave me? What if I invested that $400 and knew how to make money with the things I already have, no matter what time of day it is? And so I was really throwing punches at myself, right? I was throwing a lot of punches at myself because I realized I could have done something a lot better with that 400. Well, you probably already guessed this too, But as soon as I got that $400 back, that same day I invested in that program, hands down. Now, I was still scared, but there were three major things that I learned along the way that I want to share with you guys and reveal, because every month that I was in that mentorship, something changed about my mindset and my lifestyle. Okay. But I want to let you know, with month one, guys, I spent my whole $400, meaning I had to get the mindset of being committed. Okay. Being committed. The lesson I learned was being committed. Okay. Being committed meant that I was all in, that I had to find a way to make my $400 back. I wasn't worried about making 10K, 5K, 20K a month. I was just worried. Okay. And I say worried because I wasn't really confident at the time of making money online. I had never even charged people $10 for my services as an online fitness coach. And so that first month, I was just focused on making that $400 back. And that $400 that I wanted back, I got more than that back. My first month, my first 4 weeks, I actually made about $700 that first month. About $700 that first month. Insane, right? From not making money online at all to actually making $700. I made my $400 plus a profit of $300. Okay. Now, the month two, what happened in month two, like my income went crazy. It went crazier because I actually learned how to scale. But before I learned how to scale, I had to learn how to communicate, meaning I had to get comfortable with talking to people who were engaging with my content on Instagram. And I had to get comfortable with saying something like, okay, so you want workouts, nutrition, and accountability. I will give you that for 3 months, and that's going to be a total of $750, right? That my first prices for a 3-month program was $750. Do the math, that's $250 a month. But by month two, I learned how to charge $300 a month. And so with that being said, I ended up making around, I believe it was around like 2,000. We're just going to put 2,000, right? I know it was definitely 2,000, okay? It wasn't closer to 3,000, but it was closer to 2,000. All right. I made 2,000 that second month. Now you can imagine how my brain is going. Like, I had never at this time, my life savings was $400. From going from $400 to $700 to $2,000 in 1 month. Mind you, I didn't make sales every single day. So I could have made that 2,000. I forgot. I could have made that 2,000 in like 2 weeks. All right. But my lesson with month number two, for me to make 2,000 in that 1 month, all from Instagram, all from posting content, and having a digital product that sold, I actually learned a lesson of communication, because communication helps people understand where you're coming from and helps them make the best decision for themselves. Communication is in sales. You watching this video right now, me telling you a story before I write down lessons made you realize that, hey, Jay went along the journey that I might be going on right now, struggling, being scared to invest, being able to go all in, being able to learn a skill that's highly leveraged that can make a lot of income, right? Communication is so important. Communication makes a difference between a great movie that you just watched 10 times because you've seen it 9 times, but you want to watch it a 10th time because the storyline is so good and you're so attached to the characters, versus bad communication is, man, I wasted my money going to this movie. I want a refund on my movie tickets, which is impossible for you to get, I believe. But let's just say, you watch a bad movie at a movie theater. All you have to do is see it once and you understand that you never want to see it again. That's bad communication. Now, by month 3, guys, I ended up making around $2,700 a month. And this was when I was like, yo, this was summer. I was about to go back in college. I did go back in college and my income dropped, but I knew at that moment that I had cracked the code to making money online without trading my time for money. And I had made what I considered a lot of money as a college kid, because I only had to really, after posting content, I only had to really work maybe about 3 to 4 hours a month to make that income. And that's why I say communication, which is also, again, lesson number 2, communication is so important, because you're able to communicate and get to the point and be able to give value, and people will pay you not for what you're selling, not for what you have to offer, but of who you are. And communication, a lot of people will pay you once they know how much you know and how much you care. But anyways, lesson number 3 that I learned was consistency. And I don't say that to be consistency. Hopefully I spelled that right. So I get paid to teach you guys how to make money and how to sell online. Okay. I don't get paid to spell. All right. So consistency, I don't mean this in this no cliche way to where everybody's telling you, yeah, you got to be consistent, you got to be motivated, you got to wake up at this time in the morning. No. It was more off of finding what to be consistent in to make income. Because as an entrepreneur, as an online business owner, you don't get paid for the hours you put in. You get paid for the value you provide. And after the value is already provided, right? Technically, my value was already provided because my mind already knew how to help someone lose weight and build muscle. Okay, I was already in shape. I was already the walking proof. The point where I'm talking about consistency is being able to wake up every day and say, hey, this is what I need to do to make money. Because a lot of us will be confused on, oh, well, should I post like this? Should I get a fancy camera? So I've done that a million times and lost money over and over and over and over and over again. But whenever I sit down and do the work that needs to be done in order for me to increase income, it always paid off. So those are the 3 lessons that I learned for me to turn my life savings into a passive income stream. Well, not passive income. I now have passive income streams, but this right here I was able to make a lot of money online using Instagram. So I will say that, but I did use my life savings in order to invest and be fully committed. And so if you are on the edge of being like, maybe you're not on your last dollar. Okay. I don't wish that upon anybody, but I'm just telling you, if you're on the edge of literally saying, you know what, this is risky. I don't know if I can do it. I failed in other things. It is okay. Because when you go all in and when you commit, especially financially, you put your money where your mouth is at, you are committed because you know what you invested. You knew how long it took you to make that money. You knew what it took for you to get that money. And that's why it's so hard to give it up. But if that giving it up meant that you could make more without giving up what you had to give in the first place to have the money, okay, then it would be all the more worth it, wouldn't it? Exactly. Okay, so if you want to take advantage of this metal rectangular device called your phone and internet, and Instagram, and you want to make passive income online, you can join the Insta Income course. It's a complete course that I've made to help you create your first passive income stream selling a digital product, which is the course itself. I've created it to teach you all the systems that I use to make content and make passive income online. Not only that, guys, but you will make 50% profit every time that you resell it. Okay, it's a win-win. It's a partnership. And the reason why I have this in place is because I mentor you every single week to make sure you're on the right track. So you're handheld and you're not just dropped into some modules and you got to figure it out all by yourself. I don't believe in that. I believe in helping you along the way to help you succeed. I believe I shouldn't make money if you don't make money, but we got to get you started and have the right system set up. Okay. So if you're interested in that, the Insta Income course link is down below. All right. There are payment plans available as well. Now, if you do want something that's more free, let me say that. Okay. Even if you've watched this video all the way through, you can opt in to get my checklist and my free 7-day email course, which is going to break down a little bit more about how you're going to make passive income online over the span of 7 days and give you a checklist of tools that you're going to need in place for you to succeed and make passive income online. Because my life completely changed. Trading time for money and basically making money with Instagram completely changed when I made this switch in my online businesses. Okay. But anyways, that is it. That is all. Make sure that you like this video if it inspired you, if it motivated you, if you learned something new, and subscribe along the way because we're going to be dropping so many gems. You guys are like literally blowing up the channel, letting me know what you guys value, letting me know that, hey, you should get more views on this because it's so valuable. Well, guess what? Subscribe, like the video so more people like yourself can get the chance and opportunity to improve their lives as well. All right. That is it. That is all. I will see you guys on the next YouTube. I'm out. Peace.